What's up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Gigi Maguire.
I'm Laura Mora.
Hey, and it's Omarion.
Omarion.
Welcome.
Yes, so happy to be in the presence of the queens. You dig?
Oh, we like that. Okay.
Smooth already.
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, we managed to get Omarion up here because he does have a book out right now. Unbothered.
The power of
That's the
choosing
hashtag
joy.
we use when we be online and something happened, but we want to be unbothered. But for you, it's a real thing.
For sure.
And it's
Yes.
not what people might think it is. And you start off the book explaining what it means to be unbothered.
Yes, and I think that this is a power tool, you know what I mean, and a guide to emotional intelligence, So far often, you know what I mean, we are reacting to things that really don't serve us, you know what I'm saying? When you're thoughtful, you take a step back and you decide to respond, it really serves, a lesson and a blessing. So, this book is a tool for people that, need a little help. I have journal props in there. I have mantras. I have breathing exercises. So we fully tap in and go inward, with this book. So if you're a book buff or even if you just want to level up, grab the book. It's amazing.
Now, this is lip service, so how can these things help in the bedroom, too?
Straight
to the point.
Meditation and breathing definitely helps during sex.
Yeah, it all works,
For sure.
Yeah, you gotta, I would call that like really diving in, to the physical and mental experience of love, like we were talking about, earlier, in reference to love. In order to have those experiences and realize those things, you got to actually like who you're with. It goes past the physical level. When you start doing breath work and you start, speaking, about the things that, you collectively want, things you want to manifest, you can really get into some interesting things as far as, sex goes.
Tap in.
So, yeah.
It is important who you decide to partner up with, too.
For sure.
Because you always want to be with somebody that's going to help you also level up.
For sure.
And help you not make bad decisions,
Yeah.
because sometimes you want to jump out there
Right.
and respond to certain things. But if you have the right person, they'd be like, all right, now let's.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the importance of, a relationship is a partnership. It is a business, you know what I'm saying? And in order to really get into, the success of that, you got to have a lot of conversations, you know what I'm saying? You got to just really be honest about where you are. And the number one thing for me, you got to be accountable, you know what I'm saying? As I matured, just even entertaining somebody that can't even admit that they're wrong, like I'm not interested in it. You know what I'm saying? So maturity has definitely showed me the benefit of just really vibing with a person that's really on your level. You know what I'm saying? It really serves you both. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Being in the music business from such a young age for yourself, right? Did you ever get tired of be like, I'm tired of all these girls? Like, I'm just, you did a little celibacy thing too.
I did.
A little. 3 years is not a...
Was it really 3 years?
Yeah, it
Or was
was.
it like Nick Cannon
3
celibacy?
years.
No, it was 3 years. It was 3 years.
Nick
Yeah,
Cannon
because-
lasted like 7
Yeah,
months.
Nick Cannon was still celibate, and then somebody was
no.
pregnant.
Right. Was it like 3 years where like you didn't come at all in 3? Like, did you, or is it like celibate like with someone else? Because I know.
Well, in the book, my first year, I actually had a girlfriend.
Was in a relationship, yeah.
Yeah. So, the 3 year, it kind of transformed into a few things for me. It was really mainly because, at the young age, when we came into the game, this is how they got us to not be whores, basically. They would tell us the stories. And these stories would be like, of very prominent entertainers. I ain't gonna name them, you know what I'm saying? And it would be these stories like, as a kid, when you would hear, you'd be like, what? This girl, he being with this girl and she trying to, use the cum to get pregnant.
Turkey-based stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was things that
That's
as a
like
kid,
when they show you the driving school and they show you like the Highway of Death movie.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
listen, you got to be careful.
Exactly. So we got that talk, early
Put the
on.
fear in you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we never, up until a time, when it was time for us to have our experiences. But, we were like always had one girlfriend and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Until later on, you know what I mean? But my celibacy looked like, 3 phases. It was like the first phase, I had a girlfriend. I was trying to figure out that.
How was that for her?
Right.
It was well, this is what she told me. She told me it was a beautiful thing for her because she was actually the opposite. She was more wild, you know what I'm saying? So when we linked up, it was like not about sex, you know what I'm saying? It was about affection and all that, but it was more.
You
it
spoke about that in the book.
Yeah, so it was more than just the physical.
Right.
And to be doing that at a young age was like unheard of. Like for me to be that young and mature, you know what I'm saying? So I think it worked for that year because she was turned up, you know what I'm saying? She was young, but she had experienced girls, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, once you kind of peel that back and you realize where all that experience comes from, sometimes it comes from trauma.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
a lot of
people
times.
are so quick to be like, "Oh, she a hoe," but you don't know what somebody's story is
the roots
that has
that.
led them to make decisions, and value whatever that it is in the way that they do.
So, what was phase 2 like?
Phase 2 was more like, okay, I could do this, like, you know, I have power over myself. You know what I'm saying? Not even, you know, to be with a woman could, you know, defer me from, you know, my goals.
Where I'm at.
You know what I'm saying? And that was more of like, I would say, to speak to the competitive aspect of it or why it was interesting to me. And then the last aspect I would say was spirituality. You know what I'm saying? Because at this particular time, you know, I was diving into some other religions at that time, Jehovah's Witness religion, you know what I'm saying? And it was interesting to me at the time because I had heard Prince was Jehovah's Witness, and then I knew Michael Jackson's mom was a Jehovah's Witness. So I just was intrigued, you know what I mean? And
my ex-boyfriend was a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
But I think, or he might have just not want to get me no presents. Okay. You know what? I'm not sure to this day.
But you know what? If you dive deep into that, like, and you really think about, you know, how we ingest culture, you know what I'm saying? And the things that we, like the rituals that we practice, you know what I'm saying? We ought to know what that is, you know what I'm saying? Like we ought to know, you know, what deities and things that we're serving, because essentially that's what we doing. When we talk about Saint Nick, nobody knows or cares about Saint Nick.
Right.
But you
it's
know,
like a street in Harlem.
Exactly.
You know what?
Is it?
It is. So what was the point that made you realize, okay, I want some pussy now?
Right.
I'm ready to dive in.
It was after I realized that it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't for me because, you know, when I understood the thing about, you know, being like disfellowship from your family, you know, like when you're going through stuff like that, like I couldn't reconcile that because that's not how I was raised. No. How I was raised
very
was
close to your family.
Very close to my family. So if something going on, you know, I got to tell my nana or I got to, you know, talk to her. She's the only person that's going to protect me, you know what I mean? So the thing that I just didn't agree with, you know what I mean? Which I understand in a business frame, it's like, okay, you don't want to associate with certain people to not mess up your business, but then, you know, it becomes a conversation about religion versus spirituality. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what I was stepping in. And spirituality allowed me to just, you know, view myself differently than how the world viewed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all of my experiences or like being with a slut or a hoe, you know what I mean? And like understanding why they're that way, you know, accepting them for who they are, you know, and a lot of religions kind of ostracize people, you know, from
like, don't you get pregnant at a young, and forget it, you can't even come to church. No,
exactly. So it was like the other side that kind of made me feel comfortable with like, okay, you know what I mean? And, yeah, it was interesting, you know what I'm saying?
Did you have wet dreams during that time?
Yeah, for sure. It was like my body turned into a kid again, like 12 years old, you know what I'm saying?
So when you did decide to indulge in sex again, did you start a new relationship or was it just
Nah, it was my homegirl.
So it was somebody that you knew and was comfortable with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And that's a lot of times I think what women confuse things with men, you know what I'm saying? Because comfortability is a major part, you know what I'm saying, of being able to open yourself up, you know what I'm saying? So for me, rather than like getting a girl, courting her, feeling like, oh, okay, is she nice enough? I'm doing all of these different tests. You know what I mean? It was like with my homegirl, it was like,
it was flowing. And,
if it was like 3 pumps and I'm out, she wouldn't be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was going to say.
Because you know, we talk.
Even though that's never been the situation
So
for me.
after 3 years celibacy, you wasn't...
Come on now, you definitely did 3 pumps.
After 3 years, it wasn't...
No, because let me tell you why.
Where the homegirl at?
We could only do one shot just now, so...
Okay, hold up. I'm about to tell you.
Wait, I believe him, but let me hear. I want to hear what you
Okay.
I believe that he, you know, really performed because I see it the opposite way is what y'all see it. Y'all see it as it was so much backed up that he had to hurry up and let it out. But I see that he connected with himself on a different level internally, that he was able to like have his mind in a place that was connected with his body and able to really
exactly.
Or he sneak came and then went again and pretended he didn't come that first time.
Exactly.
Nah, you got to be able to go back.
I'm real spiritual into my, but when it's been a while and I find somebody that my body just says yes.
Yeah,
and I feel
your body says splash.
Listen,
Rounds.
But let me ask you, how do you even approach your friend? It's your homegirl.
right.
Like that? Like, was it something that y'all had been talking about? Was there an attraction with each other?
Did y'all have already had sex in the past?
Nah, we never had sex.
Okay.
And it was just a flow. We was just vibing, you know what I'm saying? And it was a flow, and we was both like comfortable with opening up, you know what I mean? And we just took it there, you know what I'm saying? And it was cool. And I'm a very like, I don't like pressure type of person, especially in places that I want to feel like most authentic and comfortable with, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a very go with the flow type of person. So if the moment calls for it, then you know what I mean? And you good, then we good.
How was you guys' relationship after that? Like, did you guys try it again?
Because they say sometimes it's hard to maintain that friendship after you break the seal.
Well, I think that when we see each other, we definitely have like a type of mutual respect for each other, but it didn't transform into anything else. I think a lot of the time, you know, sex is different for men and women, you know what I'm saying? And
most of the time?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, well, I mean, not if you have an intention, you know, an intention is clear, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think men have clear intentions beyond just wanting to nut most of the time. Is what I meant.
And you know, I feel like guys
and
also,
that's true.
They also try to sometimes tell you like they feel like they're not gonna be away. They want to warn you like, look, just so you know, I don't want this to be. But then sometimes they change their mind.
Right.
That happened one time, and this guy was like, look, I don't want anything serious. And then next thing you know, he wanted me to be his girl, and I'm like, this whole time I wasn't even looking at you like that because we had a whole conversation.
Because he didn't know, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what women have to understand, the power of the P, you know what I'm saying? Because we trying to figure it out. We gotta figure this out, you know what I mean? I don't want to feel this way, but damn, you're making me feel this way. So let me tell you. But then that didn't work.
Damage control.
Exactly.
Right.
So, you know, I think that, you know, it does take time for a man to mature, you know what I'm saying? But when a man knows what he wants, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no question. You know
Did you eat the booty like groceries?
Well, you know, I appreciate you, Angela, but I can't let you in my bed now.
You know what?
I can't let you in my bed.
That's
the point. We gotta get in your bed.
You don't say no, it's a yes. That's how we look at it. Anytime somebody's like, I can't tell you, that means
I mean, you know, I just want to let you in the bed.
I actually had that phase in my life where it's like, if I sleep with you, we go together. Like, I'm not gonna sleep with you unless, like, I wasn't gonna give it up, but I'm not gonna lie. As I got older, it was times where I was like, after I slept with you, and no, I didn't feel it.
Yeah.
You know.
And sometimes if there's no chemistry there, it kind of changes things. Because have you ever been with somebody and you really like them, but then you sleep together and
oh my God, yes.
this ain't it.
And you just wish you could take your pussy back.
Listen,
you done never gave it to him.
I got jumped over. So I was a town boy in middle school. I went to 320 in Brooklyn, and I got jumped over my homeboy. Like, you know, I was like a tomboy, so all my friends, like all the guys, like we would do crazy stuff. Like, I was a boy, and I didn't know that my best friend liked me. His girlfriend even jumped me and everything with her sisters. Like, her sisters was like 18, 17. I beat their ass. At least hers. I didn't care about everybody else.
Wait, while you were in middle school?
Yes,
I was in 17?
Yeah, her sister was 18 and she jumped in. Like, I was fighting her. Like, I couldn't worry about everyone else. So, you know, I was making sure I was taking care of her. But it was because my homeboy, who was, to me, my best friend, I didn't even look at him like that, liked me.
Right.
So she didn't like that. So they jumped me or whatever. And I was like, I didn't even know he liked me. Like, to me, literally, it was just, this is my friend. And I'm in middle school, so I wasn't.
It's not like you're having sex or anything.
Right. Like,
they on the
apparently
phone,
they were, though. But again, I was a town boy. Like, I wasn't thinking about having sex with him and things like that. I didn't even like him.
I think that a lot of the times, you know, women don't understand that, you know, men like women like they mamas. So if you have a cool mom, like I have a cool mom, then like I actually like really cool chicks, you know what I'm saying? Versus the opposite, you know, which would be like maybe chicks that want to be pursued in a specific way. So you didn't know, you know, but obviously you was a great friend, you know what I mean?
I found out after that, I found out that, you know, he was like, you know, I did, and I guess she picked that up. But still, I was like, nah, I don't like you. But then years later, as adults, I moved back to New York. That's when I moved back. and we linked up again. It was like, okay, well, I guess let's try this.
See, he
His
knew what
penis
was
was so
there.
small
He knew what
and
was
so-
there.
Wait, what happened?
He knew what was there.
His penis was so small. I was like, are you kidding
Oh,
me?
damn, messed it up.
All this time.
So all this
Messed
time,
it
and
up.
It's the same
recreated
size it
the
was in middle
energy.
school.
It never grew.
Damn,
I
messed
couldn't,
it up.
like, I was like, I had to, my best friend, I was like, yo, could you believe, like, after all these years, and I'm telling you, this was like, now we're like 22,
Like, I waited
23.
15 years for this
Right.
little thing.
I thought some women prefer that.
Nah. Well, how?
I don't know
I'm
about
not feeling
preferred
that.
small,
Some women
but
will like put up with it.
Oh, okay.
Small is only good for the butt.
Nah, this
Okay.
was little.
It's like
Small
a
is
butt
only
plug.
good for anal.
I was like, wait, you're in there?
And otherwise, you know, we need a certain. And
You said
there
wait,
is a
you're
such
in
thing
there?
as too big.
You're right.
There's
And
definitely a
guys
such
with
thing
small
as too big.
penises know they have small penises.
They better.
Because they don't ask you questions that like other guys ask you. Like, hey, is it big? You know, you love it.
Right.
They don't even ask you that.
They're just happy to be inside.
Yeah.
Hey, I was like, I got jumped over this. If it's this little now, imagine back then you really jumped me over this.
Child.
Crazy.
You ain't know no better.
Now, Omarion, being that you were so young when you first got in this business, did older women try to talk to you a lot?
Yeah, older women try.
How did you handle that?
I actually like it. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to learn. So.
And still.
Yeah, for real.
But it never
I could
felt
tell.
creepy. Like,
So,
okay, I'm
nah.
16.
Nah, no, you know what? I was the kind of kid that like brought flowers to my teachers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm, I'm a
Little
Scorpio.
romantic.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
wait, you were still
Just
going to
Scorpio, you're a
school
freak.
during this time? Like when you were still in regular high school?
What, before B2K?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to 9th grade, then my 10th grade year summer. Then I was in the group, and I never went back to regular school.
I was gonna say, there's no way you could have been in school while
Right,
you were in
could you
your group
imagine?
and doing your thing.
Nah. Yeah, no, I was getting turned up in
Them
high school
teachers-
for sure.
Teachers would have been all in that.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It wasn't no
Mora.
fine teachers though. It wasn't no fine
Well,
teachers
that's
though.
true. Back then, the
Yeah,
teachers
it
were
was-
not like
nah.
the teachers
That's
are
not.
now.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
have Granny
goodness,
from
the
P
teachers
Valley
now?
on here. She used to be a
And she
teacher.
was
Right.
definitely a teacher.
Yeah,
That's
she
true.
said that
Yeah.
after she got on P Valley, one of her old students sent her a message, a DM.
That's
She
funny.
was like, "No, I can't even
Yeah,
look at you
nah.
like that."
Yeah, it wasn't too many sexy teachers that I came across. But as far as older women though, you know what I mean? It depends. You know what I'm saying? The one thing that I can appreciate about a woman is her reserve, you know what I mean, and her ability to understand. Sometimes the reserve is a bit too much, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you know what I mean, I'm interested in like having a peaceful time with a woman, you know what I'm saying? And you know, when questions are asked, they are articulated in a way that, you know, it could be some open dialogue, you know what I mean? It don't have to just be like judgment, you know what I'm saying? So
Now, let me ask you this: being that, like I said, you were really young when you first got started, you were in the group. How old were you? Like 16?
yeah, well, we started when I was 14, but we got signed when I was like 16. Yeah.
So did you ever before that? Did you want to be solo? Did you
I
know
was
that?
I was preparing to be solo. I was like a rapper actually, and I was a part of this rap group called the Wild Kingdom, and yeah,
The Wild Kingdom.
Yeah, the Wild Kingdom. Yeah, yeah. That's how I got my name, Omarion. Actually, but yeah. I was around a bunch of older dudes. You know what I'm saying? That's how I always been for me. You know what I mean? Mature. So, yeah. Like I didn't actually. I started singing because my mom was like, Omari, I think you should sing. And I was like, why, Mom? She was like, because the singers get all the girls. And that was
you to get all
enough.
the
She
girls.
knew who I was. And I
was
was
enough
like,
to get you going.
Did your mom like any of these girls when you were younger? Like, did you bring them home?
Yeah. A few of them. She liked a few of them. She liked.
I feel like
she liked April
I
in the
feel like
beginning.
she's a hard critic. Like
She is.
Yeah.
She
liked her in
said
the
she
beginning.
liked April in the beginning.
For sure. She did. Yeah, everybody loved April in the beginning. You know what I mean?
Like, how do you think that being on reality TV, you think that affected things negatively?
For sure. I think that affected the trajectory, you know, just of, you know, the mindset and what was available, you know, just as far as like, you know, a place that she felt like she could, you know, make something of herself, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe if it was a different platform, you know what I mean, it would have just transformed differently. But it's like, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with like reality TV because I know how it works.
Right.
And I know that a lot of the times, you know, people's making up stories, you know what I mean? They're not really trying to transform themselves, you know what I'm saying? And the few that are, you know, they don't know enough about the entertainment business to like really, you know, transform it into something productive for our culture. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like those that do know where they're going with it, it gets overshadowed by all of the storylines
Right.
and all of the, you know,
Yeah.
the fluff to
Exactly.
to keep people
engage. Yeah. And it's just like, yo, life is more than like, these issues, you know what I'm saying? Like, what about, getting through them and like what happens after that, you know what I'm saying? And the healing that goes on between that. So that's why reality TV never really worked for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was actually being vulnerable and open and sharing a moment with my public, you know what I'm saying? And with the people that have grew up with me as an artist, you know what I'm saying? So it was like you said, like the vulnerability got overshadowed through the moments, you know what I'm saying? Even though I was still able to amplify my brand, essentially I created a platform for someone to kind of badmouth me, you know what I'm saying? And do me wrong, you know what I mean? But it's like, hey, that come with it. So,
it had the potential to be good.
Right. It did. It was on the trajectory.
Because it's like, okay, when you guys join, because I feel like all the time they're trying to reinvent that show and make it seem like, okay, we're going to bring some credible, people on here, but then the drama happens.
Right.
Yeah, because it's not really authentic. It's just like people linking up for opportunity, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, me and her was authentic, you know what I'm saying? And that's the real gift of an entertainer, a performer, you know what I mean? To be able to like live it out in front of everybody, you know what I'm saying? I would say that's the true mark, you know what I mean, of an entertainer.
You think you have trust issues now? Because you've been through a lot when it comes to trust, when it comes to being in the group, when it comes to people that you thought were around you to benefit you, and then instead it was a lot of behind the scenes tearing things apart. And then even being in a relationship and things like that. How hard is it for you to trust someone?
I would say that at one point in time I did have trust issues, but I'm so elevated now. I just realized how to identify, with people that have good intentions and people that don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I could feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's happened to me so many times that, now I'm connected to it in a way that it's just like my life flows into a direction where, I'm around people that, I deserve to be around, you know what I'm saying? And I think that that's so important, when we all take a step back in our lives and we just, speak to our value. It's just like, if you're valuable, you know what I mean, then, you can be open enough to be valuable to someone else, you know what I'm saying? And it's power in that. And too far often, like we all, get hurt and we kind of lose that human aspect to our lives, you know what I'm saying? And essentially doesn't do good for you, because you don't let nobody in, you know what I mean? So I see the importance of trusting people, but I also see the importance of protecting myself and like being cautious and, you know what I mean? Just being aware, you know what I mean? Because it can happen once, you know what I mean? But the second time, it's on you.
Listen, life is about lessons.
For real.
Right.
Reason, season, lifetime, like you say,
it's on you.
And there's people, and I feel like as you get older, you choose better. Well, you're supposed to. You should.
Yeah.
Because, some people would say new friends.
Yeah.
But the people that are meant to be in your life, you don't have to be loyal to people just because you've known them a long time.
Right.
Sometimes those people are toxic to you.
For real.
And then some people that, will stand the test of time. We've all known each other a really long time. And managed to, and we've never had any issues, with each other. Yep. And so some people will grow with you and some people
That's facts.
will fall off and fall out. But you can't try to force it if it's not meant to be.
Right.
For real.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. So when you guys were younger, how was it like being on the road? Did you guys compete over women? You know how sometimes it might be at a show or on the road, and then there's a girl, everybody's like, I want to talk to her. Like, how did that work? Were there times that somebody would try to get somebody from someone else or bring someone back to the room, but you were talking to her first?
Well, from my perspective, you know what I mean? Coming into the group and just realizing everybody had their own different swag, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of like how it was, when young girls would come around. Like, for me, my position was just like, choose up, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not really the, like, go after you type, you know what I'm saying? I'm more like, I appreciate who appreciates me, you know what I'm saying? And back then, that's the kind of person I was, you know what I mean? Like, I think that, we have maybe like some of the same girls, naturally, especially talented girls that were like coming into our space that like had more to offer than, just like a look, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like Jennifer Freeman, you know what I mean? Like naturally our interest, we're talking about child actors, our interest in the script was that we had to like each other. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the role we had to play. So it was so natural for us to like each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that was the vibe, you know what I mean? Now, aside from the work, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't going to be the person that was just like, oh, I need to like call you more than this person call you because this person like you, and this person calling dibs on you, and niggas did little stupid stuff like that, you know, as kids, you know what I mean? But
yeah, because I've been around, like, you know, worked for a lot of different people, and I've seen that happen where it's competitive.
Yeah, no, I like for a chick to choose me. I feel like that's more of my speed, you know what I mean? Like it could be a lot of handsome guys in here, but what you want, you know what I mean? Because, you know, and what you interested in, you know, why am I interesting to you? You know what I mean? So I'm more of that person energetically, you know, than anything. Like I'm not into, oh, okay, yeah, I'm the lead singer, so you know, I get the number one cutie in the room. Like, nah, you might be feeling him, you know, you don't gotta be my, you know, vibe. You know what I'm saying?
What if someone else likes a girl but she likes you? And then, like, how does that work? You know, because sometimes
I think you gotta let the woman choose. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, for real, you gotta let her choose. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's just. It is what it is at that point. You know what I mean? It's not like a conversation. It ain't like me versus you and I'm trying to size you up.
She chose.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, yo, she vibing with you, then cool, good.
Why would
it's it's so many beautiful people on the planet. Like for real. Yeah. Even I'm not, you know, some women's only option. You know what I mean? Like I would be silly to think that, you know what I mean, I'm their only option. Like any guy, you know, no matter what you bring into the table. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what the woman wants.
Are you okay with dating a woman who's dating other people?
Define dating.
You know, like going out, talking on the phone a lot, you know, going out, spending time together, having sex.
Okay.
But not in a verbally committed relationship, but it feels like we really like each other.
Well, that's kind of a tricky question, just because, you know, I know women, you know what I mean, and when they're really intrigued and interested in something, you know, they're not necessarily open, you know what I mean, unless that's just how they are. You know what I'm saying? They either have to just be that way or had been that way, you know. But what I find with most women, you know what I mean, if they really vibing with you, then, you know, they're going to communicate that to you. You know, where you guys land, that's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? For me, I wouldn't say that I necessarily date, you know, because, you know, it obviously takes me time to get to know someone. And I believe that to truly get to know someone, like, we're not talking 3 to 6 months, you know what I'm saying? We're not talking about even 3 years, you know what I'm saying? It takes a real time to really develop something with someone, you know what I mean? So I don't like to give myself a time limit on that, you know what I mean? If I want to move into a more serious agreement, then, you know, it's a conversation, you know what I mean? But I haven't been in that position yet to have a more serious conversation. So,
when's the last time you had a one-night stand?
Let me think about that.
It's not your thing, huh?
Not
since you were young.
Not really. No, because it's like, if you really want to have a consistent kind of experience, you know what I mean? Like, you got to vibe, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, oh, you know, nice ass, big tits, you know what I'm saying? Like, it got to be some vibe. It got to be some dialogue. Like, I got to at least, I at least got to be able to tell you what I'm going to do, and you like it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I never had that happen. You know, you know what I'm saying? So,
what could that be?
So are you dating now?
Nah, I'm just chilling. You know, being a single father, you know, makes it a little, you know, more difficult. You know what I mean? A lot of women want to move into something very serious with me very fast. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they're kind of put off that sometimes that I'm not in that space, you know what I'm saying? Because I bring so much to the table, you know what I mean?
How do you meet people?
Right.
Like, how do you even...
Exactly. That's a great question. You know what I mean? I let the energy, you know what I mean?
You don't DMs or nothing?
I have in the past, you know what I'm saying? But...
Tinder?
No, hell no. I'm not that desperate, baby. I'm not that desperate, baby. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to the Tinder heads.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
It's okay, online dating.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I think that in order for someone to, you know, understand who I am and what it is that I'm doing, you know, because I'm first generation wealth, and I always explain that to women, you know what I mean? Because that has to do directly with my focus and my communication. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm first generation wealth builder. You feel me? So if you can't be patient with me, you know what I'm saying? you could keep it moving.
What's being patient with you? Because a lot of men say that, like, be patient with me. What is being patient?
Being patient is being able to, ask the right question to garner some level of understanding, and being able to adequately articulate your position so you can, because some women, I despise this, some women feel like they're running out of time, like, i.e. a woman that doesn't have kids versus someone that has kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you rushing to have kids because you like it how I feel it. But is it though? You know what I'm saying? It's so many women that, it's like, just own your story. Right. Own where you at. Don't try to force where you think you need to be. You know what I mean? Even though it's lessons in that, you know what I mean? What I find, serves us more is just, realizing where we are and why we here and where we want to go.
People get so stuck on society's
demand of
what
standard
they think
of beauty,
they should be, and where they think they should be, and how they think they should. And it's just like, just be you, let your shit flow, and I promise you, your life will be so much better.
Period.
If you just stop worrying about what everybody else and
Exactly.
the standards of what you think you're supposed to be. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's how I live my life. You know what I mean? Just like, what we doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we vibing, or it's just physical? Okay, cool. Then, we could do that until we feel like we need to have a conversation about going further. Okay, what can you contribute? You know what I mean? What can I contribute? You know what I'm saying? Like, what could we do? Because I'm definitely not interested in being, a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, because I like you and you cute and what we got going is nice right now, that I'm like fully supporting your brand. You know what I mean? If it's in a real investment, you know what I mean, we got to talk about the terms. You know what I'm saying? Period.
Agreement.
Period.
It's a business.
It is.
Communication is the key to all success and happiness.
You said vacation?
Communication.
Oh, okay.
Right. And vacation. Communication
Yes, it
is the key to all success and happiness. But vacations help too.
Yeah. Communication on vacation.
I would say, communication in everything, in friendship, in
For
family,
real.
In business,
Quality.
in all
For sure.
relationships.
Quality.
It matters.
Like, communication is key, and that's where I think everything lacks is people don't have clear communication
For real.
or understanding of perspectives. And I saw a post where they somebody was like, I kind of want from the jump when we date, give me all your traumas, let me know what's going on, because
Right.
I think that's how you best know a person, and you're able to understand not all the trauma.
I was
but
like, I'm not doing that from jump.
not jump. Well, that was the post.
Yeah, that
but
was
I kind of
ridiculous.
understood where it was. It's like, for you to understand a person, you got to understand where
Right.
they come from. You got to understand their past. You got to understand, you
Yeah.
know, what's going on for you to fully understand the perspective
But
of
I
that
feel
person.
like you shouldn't fully understand someone when you first meet them. You gotta like grow
Well, that was
into
the
that.
post.
I know.
They exaggerated.
I don't agree with that.
That was the
Yeah.
post.
Let me tell you
but
about my trauma, because I will run if somebody sits down
Yeah,
and tells
me
me,
too.
oh,
I'll
their
be like,
trauma.
why you
I'm like,
why you trying to hold it over my head? Get out my face.
Right.
No, that was the
Yeah.
post, but I do
Right.
feel after a certain amount of time, like, you get what I'm saying, a lot of people, you don't understand them because you don't know where they come from. You don't
For real.
understand what they've been
People
through
don't
in
even know
life.
their own trauma, though.
Sometimes.
You know,
Sometimes they do.
A lot of people don't, though, because there's a
That's
lot
true.
of things that you might not realize. I feel this way because this happened to me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true. Until I started therapy, then I
and,
understood.
and it is true that like a lot of people try to put their best foot forward when they meet somebody. That's
Of
like
course.
their romantic
They show
honeymoon
up with their
phase.
representative.
That's
Of
what I
course.
You always get the
Don't want.
representative at first.
Of course, as you should.
Yeah,
You know
because
what
that's
I'm
also
saying?
the honeymoon phase. That's when you're just like having fun. You know, it's kind of more at that point superficial until you feel like you could trust somebody enough to like.
I think that too, but I feel like it gives room for you to grow, and it gives room for you to actually, like for me,
To understand.
you know,
Right.
it's hard to be like uber romantic because I know the full extent and effect that it has on someone's life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you want to be mindful of that. You can't
Right.
just do that in the beginning.
Like what's
So you
uber
gotta start.
romantic for
Especially
you?
if
What
that
do you? What
person's
is
trying to-
uber
What's super-
romantic? That
what's
Omarion-
super romantic
Yeah.
to any woman? To any woman is something that means something to her. You know what I'm saying? Something that deeply touches her.
Like, give us an example of something
Thoughtful
that you've
gifts are the
done.
most important
Period.
gifts to any woman.
Thoughtful gifts. I feel like the most important ones are the extensive relationships. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe a parent, or figuring out how to. I don't know. Let me think about an example.
Or what's something someone's done for you that's been romantic
Romantic.
that meant a lot to you?
Make this book for with me and my kids.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, like of like all memories, like You know what I mean? Since they were 1 up until their age, like something like that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Something very intimate to that person, you know what I mean? That that's just like, oh yeah.
Catered to their heartstrings.
Yeah, like, yo.
Because there's nothing you can't buy yourself.
Come on.
So it's, yeah.
And certain experiences too, like certain women haven't had certain experiences. So like first timers, that's a big thing too. But thoughtful gifts, like you said, is the supreme, gift to give anyone, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
When do you think that you learned how to properly be intimate? Because I feel like when guys are young, y'all don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Until you get to a certain, you're like, oh, okay, this is how you make a girl squirt.
You know what?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that there is, a mental and a physical aspect to this, that only, either you're learning from an older man, you know what I'm saying, or you actually maturing too. And, obviously a stronger aspect of, the society is like, at this point in time, it's like you can learn everything on YouTube.
Online, yeah. But not back then.
You know what I'm saying?
So you had OGs like tell you what to do? Like, this is how you got to...
Yeah, I mean, I
sit around the air hustle doing the conversations when you was in the room with the OGs.
No, I definitely, learned some things, you know what I'm saying? But I also was very curious. I remember my mom, she used to work at this hair salon in Hollywood called Afros of Hollywood. And it was like the first time that right across the street was like this adult store. You know what I mean? And me and my brother would just like walk in the adult store, like being little badass kids. And that was like the first time I seen like, oh, wait a minute. She is busting it wide open and he is handling this like this. Hold on now. Yeah, so that was kind of like my introduction to...
They said that's the worst way for guys to learn how to have sex is by watching porn.
Because it's so like,
I wouldn't say it's completely a waste, you know what I mean? Just because there is a physical aspect and intention that goes into pleasing a woman, you know what I mean? Like if most women, complain about not coming, you know what I mean? But let them watch porn, he'll be inspired. He'll be inspired. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, as you mature, you realize that like sex isn't just physical. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So, but if I wouldn't have, learned that, then I would say that my intimacy, would probably not be so potent. You know what I mean? When I decide to love a woman and be intimate with a woman, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, wait a minute, hold up. This is different. Yes, baby.
Do you remember the first time a girl squirted?
Yeah. I think squirting is cool. I don't really like that. I think, I think because it's sometimes, certain women, they mixing it with the pee, you know what I mean?
Not certain.
Oh?
It is what it is.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, that's why I know I didn't like it, because the material. You know what I'm saying? The material. The consistency. Yeah, the consistency of it, you know what I'm saying? And depending on what you're drinking, your pH and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I would say to make a woman cry, that's different.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
While
that's
being
some
intimate.
real
hurt her feelings while you have sex. You'll cry.
Like, that's some...
Not that kind of
no,
cry.
not that kind of cry.
That's some real like
the
emotional tension.
Now that's different.
Have you cried during sex? I know Angela hasn't.
I have, but
You
more
haven't?
so.
No, why would I?
Not like cry like he saw me cry, but like I love this person so much, and he just like when I squirt, like I don't squirt with everyone, but when I squirt, it's like that the chemistry and the it's just a feeling that's there. But with my ex, who I was with for a while, I did cry, but I think it was more because it was so emotional for me because I love this person so much and we had such great chemistry in bed, and it's just like in that moment, it was like, but how could you do me? I don't know. It was just crazy. Like,
it wasn't like happy cry.
It wasn't like a happy cry. It was like, how am I
I
gonna
had the happy cry.
Yeah.
I had it more than once, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're so sweet.
Yeah, it
Gigi.
wasn't like a happy cry.
I've had the happy cry, and FYI, I've squirted a whole lot of times too, and never were there tears. Okay,
Yeah.
For me squirting.
Well, no, when I squirt, I don't
I
tear.
laugh when I squirt. Like,
I don't think squirting and tears.
Yeah,
is two
no,
different
not
things.
squirting and tear, but crying. It wasn't like happy cry. Yeah, I haven't had a
Yeah,
man.
I've had a happy cry.
I've had that. I'm so in love, and I feel like this is everything right now.
Yeah.
Emotional cry.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
Were you on shrooms?
No, this was before the shroom.
So you cried during sex, Omarion?
No, I never cry.
Do you want to? You said you never cry, period?
Nah. No, I mean, I
Not
cry,
during
of
sex.
course. No,
Okay.
I mean during sex. Yeah, no, you got to let it out sometimes. You don't want it to build up over time. You know what I mean? You got to let a tear out. But as far as sex goes, no. But I have felt incredibly intimate. You know, like when I created my son, you know, that was definitely one of those moments.
Overwhelming love making.
Yeah, like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. Oh,
we
wait
having a baby.
Baby being made. My Lord. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Did you feel like that with both your kids? Like you knew?
It was different with Ame. You know what I mean? It was always love, but, you know, it was more intense the first time for sure. Mm-hmm. But my babies are so special. So, you know, I would definitely, you know, say that love it was more of what I, you know, put into that situation than anything because they're awesome.
Did you fall out of love?
Yeah, you can fall out of love for sure.
Some people feel like once you're in love, you love that person forever.
Absolutely.
No,
That shit.
You gotta update. You gotta update your love, baby.
Head on the guillotine.
Or
Watch
love
it
and in
roll.
love. You could, I mean, you could love someone.
Yeah.
Because if you've been through so much and like
Right.
real love,
And you're like,
don't
this is the
really-
greatest gift, my children. I love
right,
you
like
for
I
that
could
forever.
not
For
love
sure.
you, but I'm not in love with you, and I
Yeah.
think in
Not at
love
all.
is the part that keeps
That
people
in love
together.
shit is done. I'm over it.
yeah, that you can fall in that. That's
Everybody getting all personal.
yeah,
Fuck that. It's
Yeah.
over.
yeah. I'm in love with myself, my kids,
As
my
you
life,
should be.
and everybody around me
Okay,
that's loving me
self-love.
right now, and just
Come on.
you know,
I'm in
like,
love with this oxygen that's keeping me alive.
Okay.
You think you want to get married one day?
No, marriage is not for me. You know what I mean? The custom and it's not a good business move for me. You know what I mean? But I am all for.
Why do you mean not a good
Yeah,
business
like
move?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get married. You know, well, first of all, let me just say, you know what I mean, to be able to go and sign an agreement, you know what I mean, to the courthouse to validate my love or to validate how I'm going to show up in your life, like, it just doesn't equate to the type of love that I have to give.
Some people feel like for legal purposes, like if something happens to somebody.
Yeah, that's already
to know-
protecting you. I mean, I don't know. You know, that's not how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't raised, you know, in a home where it was like marriage, you know, was a status symbol. You know, it's none. Love is none of those things that it is for the idea of marriage for me. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So that's the real reason why it, you know, and even in the business, you know, aspect, you know, to really wealthy men, you know what I'm saying, that have amassed, you know, billions, you know, that is their worst business move.
You could do a prenup.
Yeah, I
Have
mean,
you always felt that way? Like all of your young adult and into
well, I never grew up seeing a marriage really work like happily. You know what I mean? I've always just seen people put up with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree
so it's
with
like
you.
a marriage
Not
that ain't even
couple,
like.
not a lot. I was like more people kind of like, I think, stay married because they feel like it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Or they got
Right.
married because
Exactly.
of a reason, or they're
Yeah.
not that happy.
That's what I'm saying, and I
they got
would
married
never.
really young.
I would never do that to myself. I would never be with somebody that I don't like. That's just torture. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that I don't vibe with, somebody I don't love. I do
That's
not even want to,
self-torture, for sure.
like, share the same bed with you for real.
But you could be with somebody forever. Just you don't feel like you have to get married.
Nah, we won't.
Could you
she'll
be
know.
monogamous, like with one person?
I feel like I could want to be. I feel like I could want to be.
Good answer.
Yeah, I feel like I could want to be.
I would
I feel
strive
like I'm
toward that.
supposed to be.
Yeah, no, I feel like I could want to be, but if I'm being honest, like, I don't know, in the physical aspect, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know that one woman has made me feel like just on a mental and a physical level, like, damn, I don't even need nothing
Anything
else. Like, I've never felt like that. You know what I'm saying? No
Do you
woman.
think it's possible?
For sure.
Yeah, maybe
But-
when you get older.
Yeah, maybe. But
like,
you
it's
know
too
what I
much
mean?
When
running
you get it
around.
all out your system.
I don't know. You know, I'm pretty, you know, sound in my energy. You know what I mean? It's, you know, for a woman to have to deal with me, you know, she got to be a special type of woman, you know, that deals with energy in a way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we'll see. But, you know, I really feel like the true definition of love is acceptance. And, you know, for me, a relationship is about that. So it's like, I want to be chosen, to be loved in that way. I don't want to be like, yeah, we together, you love me, I love you, and that's what it is. Like, I want her to be like, I don't give a fuck what this nigga do. He can't do nothing but love me because that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, damn, what are you going to do to that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As long as it ain't toxic, you know what I'm saying? And as long as it's authentic and it really comes with, you know, those kind of intentions, then that's a love that I want for sure. That's a love that I'll keep. You know what I mean?
And that you're married?
And that I will.
What if she has more than you as a business arrangement? Like, let's just say that she's wealthy.
Yeah,
she
for sure.
Some money.
Okay.
Then that's a good.
Yeah, for sure.
Then you'll get married.
No,
Right,
I wouldn't get married. No, baby. Excuse me.
find out.
Let me beat. It ain't about the cheese, okay? Yeah. Let me beat because it ain't about the cheese. The cheese is, you know, just
That's
a
just
means.
extra.
Yeah, you know, it's just a means to be able to say, hey, look, meet me in, you know, Bali. And meet me here, meet me there, you know. But for the most part, you know what I mean? I want to be supportive, you know what I mean? Even if there are business ideas, because I feel like whoever, you know, I end up with, she'll have great ideas too. So it's like, yo, if we, you know, poly in and she like, yo, baby, we need to da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, all right, I'll put up half. Like, I would love to do that with a woman, you know what I'm saying? Because that's really exercising the value of the relationship, you know what I'm saying? So I'm interested in stuff like that. If she got more bands, you know, because of her family or something like that, or just
herself,
or her hard work, you know what I mean?
Or OnlyFans.
Now,
What?
now,
You pushing it now, Angela?
now,
Give him a shot.
Now,
That's business.
now, you know, everybody got their own thing. You know, currency chasing. That's a Tupac line. Yeah, but hey, you know, to each his reach. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that would particularly be my, you know, definitely something to have fun with. You know what I mean? But maybe not, you know, the end all be all, you know, and I hate on women that have that hustle, you know what I'm saying? It's just energetically different, you know what I mean? For someone like me, you know what I mean?
We gotta say,
What?
Orion was on there doing jumping jacks
Oh
on
yeah,
OnlyFans.
oh yeah. Ain't nothing
What
wrong
did
with
you say? No, I just want to know what we watched. There was
that's
nothing wrong with
right.
it. What did you say to him about that? Like, were you like,
Well-
would you make jokes?
Nah, I mean, well, you know,
I know
as
you
a bro,
did.
as a bro,
As a
I mean,
brother.
we made jokes on each other.
I know
you know,
you
I walked
did.
in the room and started doing jumping jacks, you know. You know what I mean? But it's all good.
You
know,
putting that
the thing-
video out too?
the thing about us, you know what I'm saying, particularly my brother, that, you know, he has a way of expressing his sexuality, you know, and I would like to add as a masculine man, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the times women feel like that looks like promiscuity, but it's not. You know, just like women express themselves, you know, men want to express themselves too. You know what I mean?
working out.
Prince did that. You know what I mean? It's so many people.
Prince
it's
is
so,
my favorite artist of all time.
that's what I'm saying. He was able to express, you know, himself, you know what I mean? And masculine men want to, you know, sometimes, you know, just like y'all put your ass out there on the line, sometimes, you know, you want to put the
I wanna
dick
put
out
my
on there and
ass
let
out
it know.
too.
Like, hey, baby, I'll hit you in the head with this motherfucker. Okay, so just, you know.
I have a picture of Laura getting hit on the head with a.
Oh my God.
I do.
Oh, for real?
No, we were.
Set me up.
Yeah, she's a
set all
male
of us
stripper.
up.
We were at. I was hosting like a male review show.
I was like, just
Wow.
don't let
She was
them
like,
put it
whatever
in
you do, don't touch it. He was like, bump right there.
Oh.
Oh, you know he took you to Chinatown. That's what that's called.
Well, he
That's
did
what
that.
that's
He gone.
He took you to
I sure was
Chinatown.
like,
Have you ever sent out a picture of yourself to a lady? Like, you never sent a dick pic?
Yeah, in the past for sure. Yeah, because, you know, I like to talk. I like to, you know, speak certain things.
Through
so
pictures?
Yeah, no, not just through pictures, but like,
In
you know,
real life.
yeah, like, hey, you ready to, you know, handle the stick? You
Yeah,
know
he
what I'm
said
sent
he's
the
going to tell
picture.
her what he going to do to her. You ain't hear that part?
saying?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. Wait, and then
Yeah.
he had
But you know,
So,
but
so
these
he's gonna
days,
not only tell her, but show
It's
her.
hard to send out a
Yeah.
picture these
Yeah,
days.
nah,
Yeah, he said you
yeah.
ain't doing all that.
I mean, you just gotta own it. You just gotta own it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's my dick. And you got to make sure it's a good picture.
Yeah,
Right.
get your right angles.
Yeah, don't be
Serve
sitting down
yourself.
no.
Angles are very important.
Get your
Lotion,
angles right.
it
Yeah,
gotta
we
be
learned that from the
moisturized.
women.
The background,
The hair, you got to make sure it's manicured.
you got to make sure everything is
I'm just
looking
saying.
nice. And
Do you wax?
and shiny? and
No, I don't wax.
Wax? You mean
Yeah.
shave?
Yeah, I don't
Some
wax.
men wax.
No, I don't.
Oh.
Wax.
Manscaped,
Little trim, you know what I'm saying?
Clippers?
keep it nice.
Yep,
and-
little trim. You know what I mean? Little
Nice
ant.
and-
You feel me?
You can tell he does it by the way he did it. Like,
Right.
Yeah, because I'm like a hairy person, so you know what I mean. I like to definitely, you know what I mean.
That's very courteous of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because some men be like, hell no,
I don't do that.
Yeah.
and ill.
Right.
So you've sent out these pictures.
Oh
So the
my
angle
God.
got to be from under here or from up here. Which way?
Nah. I mean, if you if you got the right tool, then all the angles is good. You know what I'm saying?
It hits from any angle.
Yeah. If you got the right tools, then you know, I mean, there's definitely more angles that serve you better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say the upward angle.
Upward angle always looks bigger.
Yeah, upward angle. I would say the side angle. You know what I'm saying? The above.
Right.
You feel me? Side corner. You feel me?
And we all like a little, you know, curve. Yes, no.
Curves are nice.
A little
If
curve
it's
to
too
the right,
big,
to the
like
left.
if it's too big, it could hurt a little too much.
You like a hook?
Is a hook a curve? I don't know about a hook, a whole hook.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just like a
slight little bit.
It's okay. But, you know, straight up and down is good too. So I was talking to a guy the other day. I actually walked in on a conversation he was having with someone.
Girl,
and he was saying,
you walked in on something else.
No. I was going to say he didn't get circumcised until he was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine what that must be like?
Yeah, it don't hurt.
How do you know?
You did it too?
Yeah.
I think I did.
Yeah, I got it later
He
on
said
in
it
life.
hurt
He
so
did,
much.
and I think you spoke about it before.
Yeah. I got it later on in life when my son was born, and it's completely useless. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He said
it's
it helped him a
preference.
lot. He said it made it more sensitive.
Yeah, I mean, some people say that. Some people say it makes you less sensitive and more desensitized. You know what I mean?
But anyway, I thought about you when he said it.
No, you did. Oh,
Clearly.
please don't think about me in that way. Okay? Think about this book. Okay, think about this book. Like,
Do not think about Omarion's penis, Angela.
He said a woman he was dating told him he should do it.
yeah, I think that's because, you know, that is, you know, society's, you know, standard. But yeah, if you really know where it comes from, you know what I'm saying? Like in the religion aspect, you know what I mean?
Give us some.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in the Jewish aspect, that's a custom that they have.
The
you know?
brisk, is that what it's called?
Yeah. So it's like when you really think about what you're doing, you know what I mean? And you're like, wait a minute, hold up. This is how we naturally born. You know what I mean? Like, this is how the dick comes. The dick comes like this with a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Packaged.
Period. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but hey, you know, I went on and went to the other side.
Yeah,
So
he said
no
that.
difference before and after for you.
Not technically.
More sensitive, not less sensitive.
I would say less sensitive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would say less sensitive. You know
Do you
what I mean?
think it's because you did it later on in life, or what? You wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's different for everyone. You know, everybody has a different kind of sensitivity. You know
Do you
what I'm saying?
regret it?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
You know
It's
what
easier
I mean?
to clean.
It's prettier, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it looks more like what we
you
know
think it should
women
look like.
want.
Right.
We
Because
know what
otherwise you
women
got to
want.
pull it back and clean it.
yeah.
I've had more than one experience with the uncircumcised penis, and I had a really good experience with the uncircumcised penis.
Yeah.
The second time, the first time I was like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
But because I was young and I wasn't that experienced with penises at all, so I just really wasn't expecting that or prepared for that. But the second time, it was actually nice. Like it was a situation with that guy for a while, and that wasn't any type of thought, or it was almost to the point where like I would be sucking his dick and forget that was happening.
Right.
It was so just it was nice.
Did you used to have to give a warning ahead of time, like just so you know? Because she said the guy, she was caught off guard.
Yeah, nope, I'm pulling it out. Schwacky.
Yeah, I didn't get a warning from the second guy either. But again, I was much older and much more experienced sexually, so I understood what was happening. The first time I was just.
It's so natural.
I was
mean,
ignorant to what was happening.
I know it looked funny. It looked like an elephant.
Because we're not used to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the custom too of how everyone is kind of like programmed to
be like, ugh.
Yeah, but in other cultures, they're not like that. Like I know in certain Spanish cultures, like they, they come in as they are.
Right.
Yeah, and the women
all
accept
natural.
it.
Right.
Yeah, and the women.
It's like a BBL for your penis, kind of.
It's nothing wrong.
Nah, not really.
No? Okay.
That's changing
More like
the
a tummy
whole.
tuck.
More like a
tummy
penis tuck.
Yeah, penis tuck.
Oh,
Tuck the skin off.
okay. Yeah.
Next.
Listen, Omarion, I know you have a lot going on because you are doing a lot of press around your book, but I do want to thank you so much for coming and have a good time with us.
Most definitely.
On Lip
Thank you for
Sippers, we
having
really
me.
did enjoy it.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you, ladies.
And I definitely appreciate this book. I'm like almost done. I'm gonna finish it on my way home on the plane, but it was refreshing.
That's what's
I
up.
wish Stephanie was here because I think this would have been
would
really
help for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
It wasn't not what I expected because I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
But I learned a lot about you and your
Word
upbringing and who you are as a man, and I appreciate you sharing that.
you, Queen.
And it's something that's definitely needed. So I hope people have the same reaction that I did because I felt like this is something that we should have. So
Would you do a retreat after this? Like, would you plan to do like some type of retreat?
Yeah.
to teach people more about, mind,
Yes.
body, and soul, spirituality, and things like that?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, so we're actually doing an Unbothered book tour, and there is a series of things that I take you through, some breath work. We do some affirmations together, and we also do a sound bath. I don't know if you guys...
I did that. I just did that for the first time.
Yeah, so we do a sound bath.
fell asleep.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's good. You needed to.
I definitely passed out.
You needed to.
that's dope.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
why don't you end with some affirmations for us?
Okay, let's pull it from the book. Mm-hmm. Let's do like this, okay? And I know which one I want to use.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Straight to it.
Okay, where the chapter at? Give me a second. Let me see. Okay, this is the Being Unbothered meditation, okay? Now, I usually sit in, a comfortable position, you know what I mean? And then I do...
Uncross your legs.
I have to.
Yep.
Yes.
And then, okay, well, let's do this.
I
Okay.
can't open my legs.
All right, and now we're going to do 3 breaths before we do this. Inhale. One more. Now this last one, real deep. I am walking away from toxicity. Be unbothered. Sometimes we go far for people who deserve very little. Be unbothered. I am willing to find a new way or make one. Be unbothered. I am disrupting ignorance with clarity. Be unbothered. I will gather my thoughts. Be honest with myself. Be unbothered. I know now all that matters is what's meant for me. Be unbothered. I know that some things are meant to be, but not meant to last. Be unbothered. I stand firm in my truth like a rock, undisturbed and unmoved. Be unbothered. Ignorance and rudeness crave attention and acknowledgement. Be unbothered. There we go.
Amen.
Amen. I say.
You feel me?
Thank you so much, Omarion. That was amazing.
Thank you,
a good way to
ladies.
end it.
Yeah.
I feel bad for some of the questions earlier.
It's okay.
He liked it.
Lip
Yeah.
service.